Live and we'll start talking.
Good stuff.
Hey, we're probably live right now, with round 6, match 1 of Tuesday, between Amir Eshraghi from Iran and Ibrahim, Karaca, another Turkish player here. And I've got with me on commentary now, I think we've got the USB mic thing set up, but I've got Jacob Rasmussen. Did I pronounce that? Jakob. Nice. Well, thanks for joining me here. How's the tournament been going so far?
Ups and downs. Pretty good match-wise. PRs has been close. I played approximately 4 on average around across the 5 ones, with especially one match sticking out as not being that good. Close matches. It's been a good tournament so far.
Very cool. Okay. Is that coming into it? Is that what you expected to average? Probably like around a 4? I'm not familiar with you before. This is the first time I'm meeting you. So, learn about your play, you know?
I'm a bit disappointed. I would expect between 3.4 and 3.6 by the end of it.
Okay, cool. So we got 2 more days to come down on that. What's up? Ibrahim Karaca. I got it for the Turkish player. Thank you. I got a correction here from Hossein. Much love. That's the C's get me every time in the Turkish language. But cool, okay. So your country of origin?
I'm from Denmark.
Denmark, okay. Well, would have been the guess. Making sure. Do you play on the national teams for any of the tournaments or anything like that? Or
I actually I didn't. I somewhat 0.01, something similar, not qualify for the national team this year.
Oh wow!
But it was okay because I needed to work that week anyway. So I just wanted to qualify to see whether I could, and I could, obviously.
Yeah.
But the national team did very well. So no thanks to me. But they played an extremely low average across the entire tournament. I believe it was 3.5 or 3.6 across the entire tournament.
Oh, that's amazing.
Which is amazing, I think. So
yeah. They're a favorite showing up every time. You know, there's not many, like a couple teams like that are just scary good. Always bring a lot of great players out. I enjoyed. I got to go to dinner with that team in Monte Carlo at like a couple of years ago, and I really think it's neat how their federation handles the whole like the team like sending them out on that trip, and how it's just the way it's organized. It's really cool.
I think that the Danish federation, the startup in the late 80s, is actually the reason the Danish backgammon is that strong. We had these Carlsberg Cups, which were cups at cafes during the 1890s, where everybody could win a place in Monte Carlo by the end of the tournament.
Oh,
and
cool.
This gave us an enormous inflow of players in the 90s.
Oh, that's so
cool.
That's
also how I started, actually. So
that's amazing. Well, we'll get back to that, but the match is starting here. We've got this cool solution for the dice glare now too, where we just piped in the XG dice onto the board. This is working awesome. I'm excited about this. The aces after the split.
I actually play 6-5 with 4-1, but.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, just slot. That makes sense with the single checker back. Yeah. Probably a small technical thing missed there. But the aces, we step up. Being on the 22 is nice. Don't want to stop on the 23. And make fine. It does. It's interesting that it's almost equal to just go ahead and 9 point here, because you leave a direct 6, but that's how strong making the 5 is, right? Yeah. I would probably end up just I have a strong preference when you have a chance to make the 5. Like, it's usually not, if it feels close, it can't be too big of an error in general, right? So yeah,
there's a long game yet, and it's a permanent asset.
Yeah, so it's also more exciting to make a 9, like a priming point of the 9 point when it's against an anchor. A little less enticed to do this against a single checker back, since my goal is generally to hit him when he escapes or something, right? And I want a board for that. So yeah, it's a tricky one. Oh, is there a non-Facebook online list of upcoming matches? Nope. That's right. I'm so proud of myself for getting it posted there, though. So we have it somewhere. This is fun. I mean, it's usually, I like that. That's some Sebastian Wilkinson told me kind of early on, is it feels like when you have two really close candidate plays like this and you see the merit in both of them, like that's, and it turns out afterward that they were almost equal equity. Like that's when you feel like you're really on your game. Like it's hard to make a decision like this because you know they're both very good. Right? So yeah, small little technical error, possibly on this level of analysis too. Of course, we're not seeing it on plus plus either. What is 4-4 going to do?
I think I'll play all the way around.
Yeah, consolidate a racing lead, right? So that's at least 3 of them. So after you've played 3 of them, maybe you just stack up on the 6 point could be fine too.
The machine actually likes the 9 point, and
yeah,
it's on stacks, of course, the heavy midpoint.
Yeah, you do have 6 checkers there, and you get to make a nice point. So it's really unfortunate to use all 4 of a set to just run. Right? So yeah, you should be looking for some sort of point making play. But it's interesting. It's kind of strategically against what you're looking to do too, though, which is just to get that check around and consolidate a racing lead. But I guess there's still, even when you stack on the 6, you've got to come home somehow without having contact, and maybe it's just better to risk this now.
It's actually a sizable error to play it all the way around. So yeah, the heavy point must really mean something here.
Yeah.
Make if he anchors, it makes us a lot stiffer when we play.
Yeah, we almost don't have a whole lot of advantage at all there. I mean, we have the racing lead, but it's going to be so hard to come home clean. Hey, everybody, as they show up, I think it's still early in the States here. So. Yeah, there we go. I've still got it on my time on the laptop.
Yeah.
Okay, and he goes with just racing play. I definitely understand that decision. So he starts by linking. Yeah, down in the race, we can stay back. This seems fine.
It would be attractive to go a bit further forwards, but it seems wrong to go with a 23 checker to go to 18.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you're down in the race, you just don't want to go be involved in the outfield and help him unstack that heavy midpoint like we talked about before too. So he's just going to keep constructing his board and waiting for the contact. Oh, interesting. We already have a break-even cube decision here. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, the racing lead against 2 back fully escaped. I want a little bit more structure to help me come home, but I can see after a roll like this, it feels like maybe you've lost your market by quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, seems difficult to take now.
Yeah, your game plan is to make a 22 or 21 point anchor, right? Yeah. And he's just going to play it again. I think he's thinking effectively too good that there's not volatility here, and he can just cube later. I expect, which is probably right, right? Like if he makes an anchor like this, then we just cash later.
Some numbers, but
yeah. And he does pause to think about it now. Okay, yeah. So I think it's, and it's still, this is interesting. Like someone was noticing that it's close to too good in a scenario like this where it's 0.008. I guess you can call it that, but it's more like nothing's going to change on the next roll.
The no double is nothing. So so you can roll on.
Right. I guess there's like a small distinction between, it's not exactly that it's close to too good. It's just that nothing's going to change, right? So you don't lose anything by not cubing.
So what is it that you don't want to happen? Aces or something like that?
Yeah, aces must be annoying. Yeah. What else? He could roll aces. Your opponent could too.
Yeah, but then it's pass still.
It's getting closer with a tight race. It could be reasonable.
But if he rolls aces and is behind a 5', it's very close whether it's a take or drop.
Yeah, so you're not sad about that situation.
So that's fine.
Yeah, still an efficient cube. 6-5 still lands well. 6-4 has to bury to the ace, maybe. I don't know. No.
Yeah, then you'll bury the ace and then cash next one.
Yeah. Yeah, they all look like they work fine, but.
Oh, and.
I think before he had anchored, though, there was still some gammon potential. So I think I can see the logic in now choosing to cash. Yeah. All right, we've been landing at this score line quite a bit. Mochi during the finals was talking about how this is like XG playing at XG. This is a relatively unlikely scoreline because it tends to just always get a cube in time. You know? So you tend to play a lot more 2-0. 4-1 split, yeah. Split and response. Still an opening theory land. Making the bar seem strong. Threes looks like 3 of them can make the 5, so we don't have to leave 2 blots around. What's better than that though? Then we could also make the 3 and come down from the mid and make 2 points.
All versions that make the 5.
Yeah.
This seems strange.
Well, it unstacks 2 points and comes up with 2 new points instead
but it
of
unstacks too much, I think.
Yeah. So the challenge of this, once you make this play, like it just feels like it's still kind of stacky and difficult to develop, but I think the value of the 5 points is just so high. Yeah, which split is kind of an interesting question too. Would you rather come to the 20 or the 21? With the better board, I guess it's fine to vie for a higher anchor, but
I think I'll go to the 21.
Yeah.
For the 23 to keep an eye on the 8 point if I get pointed, and to force him to hit loose on a point that he's probably not that interested in.
Yeah, it should be a little bit safer. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the full blitzing play just seems like too much, leaving the direct 6. You know, you have better options here. You make this play a lot when you're also getting some sort of compensation in like a direct shot when you get hit. But this should always be a candidate. And he does end up choosing this. They're relatively close. Just 2 points is often better than 1.
It gives us perhaps a bit too much.
This is awkward.
Slightly.
What can this do? I don't know if we're... I mean, running into the outfield to distract doesn't seem too bad to me here. Where can we get? But it's from the 24?
I'll default 8 and 6.
8 and 6. Oh, just stacking up and playing for the race here. Okay. Making the 6 stack, stripping the mid. I don't know how to play this position next roll if I do that. So I have trouble finding that play. Of course, we can't do the standard making the 3 because it leaves a direct 6. Maybe some sort of tempo hit can be okay here too. But I kind of like the 24 to 16 just feels nice because a lot of your opponent's rolls should want to make the 5 point next roll. It gives them a reason to do something else. But they're all pretty close. Interesting.
Just seems slightly in the loose end.
Sure, this roll, for example. Oh, I guess it's hitting out in the outfield. Okay, yeah. But you get a little compensation now, right? You have direct pressure on the 11-point bot.
But you need to respond reasonably well now to... Oh, and you do.
Yep.
Good stuff.
That's fair. You have a lot of blots around if you don't perform. 1-6. Just gonna safety, I think, unless the tempo is worth a lot. Hitting on the deuce. 2 blots around, we can think about it, but yeah.
But we are a bit too thin to follow up.
Yeah. Our structure is so pure already. But also, it's very unlikely that your opponent can deal with all 3 blots next roll anyway. So you should be able to do this a roll from now, if you choose to. Both playing pretty well so far.
Yeah.
The checker on the 16 is frozen.
What? No, 4-1.
Yeah.
The tempo? I'll do the double, I think.
Oh, the double hit? Yeah. Yeah, this leaves so many shots anyway.
This leaves a direct plus the outfield, so...
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of just tactically must be the thing we have to do. Technical questions. What do we got? We're entering with 2, 5, 3. I don't think white's under too much pressure here yet either, even
No, we're
entering poorly. Yeah.
I can't see what's 1, 2.
Yeah. We have to just make the 5 on hand.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Trying not to even look at other options.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of blots around after that. It's a 5
Yeah,
blot
but
play.
what would you do?
Linking up the 16 to 14 must feel.
Yeah, but then you have the
then there's
ace.
no ace. Yeah.
Forced by the evil conspiracy of the dice.
And there's going to be a lot hinging on the next roll here. White could kind of take over this game very easily with certain ace responses. There's good duplication of the aces hit on the 9 as well. This is an idea to get rid of 1 blot.
It looks passive.
Yeah, you're still getting attacked a lot too. This is the thing that I maybe. Oh yeah, there we go.
It was better. Actually, we wanted on the 24. So
good catch. It's frustrating when people kind of don't realize where to rewind the plays. 6-5 is huge here. Okay.
Oh.
You wanted to think about the cube there, huh?
It's.
Are we blitzing or making the prime? Once we have the loose blot on the ace, I think I like this play. But making the bar point, of course, is attractive too.
So what are we rolling?
2 up, 2 4. Ooh, this is enough life to play for sure.
Then we're good.
Yeah. Ooh, we'd love to cover at the 5.
Should we go to the 16?
Oh, you can make the 16. That looks like a nice. Links up blots, only 2 remaining. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't want to use the mid to hit really out there anyway. So this is a way to do it too. I can't see a good way. I'd like to make the 3 to continue the blitz basically, but I think it's just too loose. I don't see a way to accomplish it. So both look nice though. Yeah.
2-6.
That's what it looks like. Yeah. We can still make. Yeah. The anchoring against this blitzing structure is, of course, very attractive. But what's the 6 with it? I guess we could hit loose after we anchor, or we can just slot in front. But this doesn't duplicate anything, so I'm more inclined to. Yeah, I do. I'm kind of afraid of the blitz, so I like this anchoring play. Man, they're all very close though. Again. Of course, it's hard for your opponent, as we saw last roll, to both cover the blot and attack loose. Like he kind of needs a perfect number, has to break the 8, so you're not under as much pressure as it looks like. But yeah, once your opponent has made the ace, there's huge incentive to make an anchor.
Of course.
3-1. What kind of clever switching plays do we have? Nothing? Oh yeah, okay. I like this. 3-2 seems like the ace.
What's that?
And a fan. Now white's got a very good board, but the threats seem very real. A cover and a fan is going to be possibly market losers, so I expect we're close.
But not much with our table.
Yeah, look at this. I think instincts are right, and what's shifting the cube decision is probably just a little bit of score change, which is very minor at this score, of course. But where does he doesn't want to get to 5 anyway, so I guess maybe it's not actually impacting it that much, huh? To 5 away. Yeah. So he is going to send it. Yeah. Very close decision. I think that's good. 5-3.
Can't be best.
No, kind of a whiff. Sure, less blots, but it creates a 6 from the bar.
Shouldn't he?
So maybe he can cover the
go
back
from.
line.
He could go with 1 from duplicating deuces, but does that make sense? Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I do like this best. Seems like it creates at least new numbers and actually bears on the point you want to make in that checker best. Looks very nice. 4-1. Oh, that's
4-1.
a great roll. Yeah, just anchoring up here and ending the blitzing threat makes that cube relatively impotent now. And I think this is the best we can do at this roll, but of course, white's going to get a shot at the blot on the deuce from the bar. So definitely gaining something. I think I like the coming around and maintaining our timing a little bit better here. This checker looks more dead.
Our plan now is scramble around.
Yeah, and that's a good step towards that, right? Yeah.
Oh, he plays the attacking.
Yeah.
What is that? Deuces and fives?
2-5. It's going to hit and then continue out to the bar. Yeah, you're just obviously you have too many points. You have all 7. And so there's going to be no timing. So you have to take your single checker and get it moving around or else break something.
What seems to be happening after a fan now?
That is a lot of pressure, especially recube. I mean, it looks like a
5-6.
It looks like a pass, maybe.
I think we'll tighten up. No.
You think you should just link up and try for the race instead of, it's a lot of blots to play the other way, huh? 5 blots, only a 3-point board, pretty loose. 1-5. Where does this?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, hits there, yeah. Okay, so now we don't have all the blots around, so a fan is a little less, but I mean, white seems to have advantage here now.
Oh, yes.
You always have to think about being a little bit more aggressive on the recube situation.
What is that? A fan? Nice.
A white fan there?
Yeah.
Ouch. Okay. So green back in the driving
very
streak.
much in the game.
Yeah. Yep, he's going to have contact from the 21-point anchor forever. Not too bad. I guess we want a blocking point.
Yeah. Even though we really don't want it, it will help us in a second when he enters.
Yeah.
Slotting?
That seems a little stronger. Yeah. But I mean, down can't be too bad. We do want the board as fast as possible for the contact coming.
We'll probably don't get any shots anyway now.
Yeah, this
in general, it's you should always slot, if possible. The session where a blot will be left, you hit it, and then your slot will be hit back is something like this. Then we hit with 4-5, and then we are hit back is something that happens very seldom. We really want the 5-point made as fast as possible.
Yeah, and the no shot, and we cover it. Just that's the usual case. So you play for that. But I think the point on head seems like a good idea here. Yeah, I like the play. And it's going to increase gammon some.
We hope that there's a fan, and then we can scramble home while it's on the bar.
Yeah.
What is that? 4-2?
Yeah.
You should probably continue attacking.
I don't want to break the 8 to do it. Oh, we can hit from the 6, and then where's the 2 is come to the bar point.
Too big.
Yeah.
What is that again?
6-2, I think, but it'll come up here. Oh, nice. And now we cover from the mid. Great. 5-1, we can play safe.
Was it right to cover on the 5?
I expect so. What other options do you want to run?
I wanted to pick up from the deuce point.
Interesting.
Not get pointed.
Yeah, okay. I feel like having the boards is probably the priority, but I'm not sure. Didn't see the result.
His PR skyrocketed, so I think it was a blunder.
Oh, wow, okay. And here he is punished for that idea. Yeah. So 6 down to cover the 5 later, and then 2 just to step up and make sure you don't get attacked. Yeah, okay. Just not that you can cover it later. Makes sense. Yeah, while he's on the bar is the time to do this.
Yeah. And if he doesn't enter fast, there's a really live gammon in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? What do you think? 20% ish?
Oh, that's really good. I would assume that it's less than that, but I mean, we can see in the numbers here. Oh, it's quite a bit higher. I think 38.
38?
It says after best play. It's hard. I guess, I mean, it doesn't seem like you can just spend the entire game on the bar in these kinds of positions, but it happens, right? And then all of a sudden you're way behind. Yeah. Entering on a 4 for that reason is huge. Just to get the checkers from the midpoint moving. Oh, fans again. Ooh, wonder what we're up to now. Must be getting way up there, huh?
Yeah.
Like favorite to Gammon? I'm surprised that's so big. Well, that would be why, I guess.
60% now.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense of why it was such an error to not lift the blot on the deuce. Yeah. More threatening than it looked. Pointing with a 5-point board, I guess. That makes a lot of sense.
Often when points are made before the rear guard, it usually becomes a liability instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the focus should have been on doing something about that liability. I definitely recognize that theme. It's just you roll a nice 8 and get to cover the 5. Just the way you do that so much.
Insta plate.
Yeah. All right. We are likely to get his last chance at a shot soon, if at all. 6 numbers. And he clears safely, and so now he's racing off the gammon. Hard to tell. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 crossovers to get. So they have the same number, but of course, Amir's crossovers are kind of bigger. He could have taken 2 there, but he just plays around the bend. That seems reasonable, but I'm not sure. Wasted 0 pips. Yeah, 5-1. Yeah. He hasn't missed a crossover yet, I don't think, so must be on pace to save it.
Oh, nice.
Big numbers help. Yeah. Either way, Ibrahim is going to have a nice lead in this match. Double 3s.
Yeah.
Is that everything but 2-1? Oh, he rolls the set to put the pressure on the 2-1 too. Okay. Oh, no. Ouch. That's what I get for noticing it, huh?
Yeah.
I'll have to apologize to him later. Sebastian was giving me a hard time for doing that all the time. I have no mercy over here. I'm just happy to find all the terrible rolls.
That's also a skill set.
Yeah. All right. And so trailing 7 away, 2 away, 4 2 down. Just making a little bit of structure and a little bit of advantage is going to be enough to get the cube in play since it'll be dead right away. Yeah, you want a slot in response? Yeah, after the 2 down play. That's typically you make a building play. This making the bar point is a good piece of structure, but it's going to be hard to find a cube after this play still. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. But
5-3.
I think Ibrahim's still in it enough.
Yeah.
Not enough market loss. Could be, though.
What do we have?
4-3. Likely.
It's a double split?
Yeah. We don't want to strip our midpoint. We don't really want to get into a blot hitting contest when we're outboarded, so why not? Just it's with the priming play too, right?
The theme is fine. It's just a bit less attractive when the opponent has a point.
Yeah. People are impressed with my ability to make that 2-1 come to fruition. That's what as we were passing out the dice cups, everyone got a nice a dice cup with their name and the UBC logo on it. And that was specifically so we can rig the dice, of course. You know, like it's hard to have control over the tournament without some input there. Okay, so he goes for the hitting play and gets punished for it. 3-2, I guess, was going to hit twice, so maybe not really punished. 1-2. Yeah, I think
aces.
Oh, okay. We just have the dice misread. I was going to say twos. I'm probably entering on the 23 and hitting.
Yeah, I agree.
But okay, we can make the 5 and split again. This looks very nice. And this should be, even with 3 back, I'm going to be thinking about and a fan. I think this is worth it.
No,
yeah.
It's not over.
Yeah, we still have 3 checkers back to bring around. Okay, and he actually misses the cube too.
We're back. We're down.
Yeah.
So you need to swing it. But
I like going for it for sure. I think this is going to come around 13 to 7 and 24 to 18 is the first thing I see. With 3 checkers back, I'm not trying to convert to a blitz necessarily, but in 9 in the zone, okay. And that's up there, and that's a score. Yeah.
Only few numbers that leaves white, black alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it too good?
I think so. I don't know what's he going to roll. So this is. I mean, I think at the score this makes sense too, but it's hard to make these kinds of plays because you lose your ability to like make a nice cube. So a lot of times I was kind of conservative, just bringing around for the race with 6s. I'm so used to looking for that play, you know?
Yeah, so you can edge yourself towards the double.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, some use of the cube. Okay, 3 comes in.
So what happens now?
It still must be too good, right? These are such frustrating positions because when they anchor, then you have almost nothing, you know? But I think you just have to still roll and go for the attack and hope to win a gammon. Technically, anyway. I mean, we saw it wasn't that massively too good last roll. I don't think it's changed too much here.
But what is it? What happens here if we hit loose and are hit back? Then we turn the cube. Is that the plan?
Not clear, but probably. 4 checkers back. The blitz is a little impotent.
4-3, double 3, and double 4. We're sad about our play.
Yeah, it could be that we don't have a cube after that sequence you described, though.
Yeah, but
that's
we're two away, a lot away. So so we really want to be aggressive.
Yeah. It's just when our main game plan is blitzing after making the ace and the deuce, and we have 4 checkers back. Only a few in there. Okay, and he's just gonna win a point.
It's too good.
So it's kind of a little bit less too good.
Unless, of course, he takes. But no.
Yeah. That is that equity line when it's only like in this 0.05 to 0.07 kind of range. Yeah. Without even thinking about what is my opponent going to think about it, I don't mind making a relatively small error just on the off chance that they do take something like that. Yeah. It tends to pay for itself, you know. Okay, so he starts with the pointing number again. Right away, going to have some pressure on. Okay, 4s is going to fix that.
And it's gone.
Yep. And not going to be a lot of cubing Ibrahim anytime soon in this game. That is the dream when you're 2 away. Yeah. Just get in a nice holding game and hope to consolidate that and something that you can even get a cube in, you know. This seems like the natural play. I'm surprised out to the 18s pretty strong here too.
We really want to go for the forward anchor.
Yeah.
But it just seems so nice to unstack and but we have a better board, so we might welcome to the hitting contest.
Yeah. Also, it's so nice to unstack. Yeah. Just looks strange to leave a stack of 5 in the stripped 8. 6-2. Yeah, this can make the bar point. That's very nice.
What are those aces?
Double 1s is going to make an advanced anchor and just bait him off his own anchor. Okay. Seems reasonable. 6-4 looks like 2 down.
Yeah.
So nice to make that 9 point once he anchors on the 22. And so will Amir be looking to come off that anchor right after making it now if he gets the opportunity? 4-3 is not going to help him with that idea.
Point.
I think so. Yeah. That would be my idea too. This 13 to 9 instead and slotting it. Then we don't give up a point in front. It's very hard to come home against a 20 point anchor without the 8 points. So eventually I feel like you're going to want that, but I like having the board to challenge him and make running a little easier. And okay, make another point back there. Yeah. 6-5 is going to be a little awkward.
Is it now? Yeah, it is.
Wow. This is very scary to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Is this gonna?
But
I
what is
almost
that?
feel like
The
I have to.
alternative really sucks.
Yeah, I don't see one, but I also it's hard to see this as an alternative. Yeah. Okay, so I have to. I mean, a big thing to think about at this score too is like, is this somehow going to make me have to eat a cube if I come off this anchor?
What if let's say he rolls 8 and we fan? Does he have a cube?
I would think so, yeah. But I mean, if that's a question, then yeah, it's not now. But of course, he's going to go for this.
We might see.
Yeah. Oh, he performs. Keeps the cube action easy. That's nice. Yeah, I would think the distribution, keeping extra builders. I like the 8 to 7 a little better. And for Amir, having the
sweet.
Yeah, this is great. Having the third checker back is kind of nice for some flexibility and maybe making a further advanced anchor too. I think he's kind of okay with being hit there. And it's going to be hard for, I think, Ibrahim to not be returning a cube after this sequence. What's he going to do with it, though? Does he have enough gammons to play this? Look how close that is.
The cube is easy.
Yeah. Even though it's hard to see the market loss, I guess maybe jumping out with one of the back checkers is probably a clearest, like a 2-5. Maybe it's just like a massive roll here. But yeah, when he just does something boring and brings checkers down in the outfield and feels like he's running out of timing, not a lot is going to change.
But it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Gammons are
quite
real
interesting. It's a millipoint that on XG separates, so it really doesn't matter what he does.
Yeah. That's amazing that it's so close, though. I think is this I guess this should be, would you send the cube here at a normal score?
Yes.
And it does feel like you would.
Also
feels very close, yeah.
Even though I don't know whether it's correct, I would do it to see to pick up passes.
Yeah, yeah. And I think if you're willing to send this at a normal score, then for sure I would be leaning pass on the leading side of this. But he does let it go, yeah. This has been a good match so far.
Yeah.
We're not certain what the checker error was, but I think not lifting the blonde back probably seems to be the big one in the match so far. And 5-way, 2-way, probably as sensitive or more sensitive than 6-way, 2-way.
Yeah.
Big racing lead, no development on his side. Ibrahim is not going to want to.
I think, yes.
Yeah, can split with 10 in the zone. But can this be a cube already? I think so. It's just a racing lead, but yeah, a lot of blitzing threat eventually if he chooses to split. So it's a tough game to play as the leader. Already uncomfortable XG favored a small cube. And yeah, having spent the 5s on the front side, just getting running makes a lot of sense on this play too. This sequence could decide quite a bit when he's missed. Now I think he's going to find the cube for sure, and maybe we're getting closer to the take pass side.
Still looks rather takeable.
Yeah. Getting more important to send it though. And he finds the cube. Okay. And yeah, you still have an ace point, a lot of work to do. It's going to feel like a take. It's one where maybe if it had gotten into pass territory, it's still easy to make that mistake at the score. It's hard to know. Those adjustments are very difficult. And do we use this tempo as an opportunity to split too? Yeah. Okay.
There's really no alternative.
Yeah, I don't see a other 6. This is scary. A lot's going to swing on this roll. But when it works, then you're suddenly in the lead, you know? Double 4s. That's a play. Making the deuce is a play. Maybe hitting loose seems like the best we can do with this. Yeah, I think you're right. It's just everything else is too passive and we get attacked a lot anyway. And gammons are going to go wake up when this works. Interesting to spend double fours that way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, someone in the chat asking who else we can expect to see on stream today. I posted the schedule, all the matchups on the Backgammon Galaxy Facebook page. So you can go see everything that's coming up on stream and everything else that's being played in the room. You can see who's going to have buys and maybe be available to come talk about Backgammon with me. So lots of info there. 5-3, this choice of threes. Yeah, making an asset is nice. Giving up the mid is not so nice. Which is more important here?
Duplicate the threes.
Oh, it does. This duplicates the ones in the same way, though. Doesn't force him to release the mid, though.
1, 6, 3.
We can end up duplicating the sixes if we just come. No, we unduplicate the sixes there. This
seems like the natural.
Yeah, just to get moving. But we have a. This is tricky. I don't feel like I have a strong preference for any of them. Yeah, 18 to 15. Okay. And 10 to 7 somehow is significantly worse than the rest, according to XG. Okay. Very interesting. Starts with this, even though, okay. This looks like a reasonable play to just get running as well. But covering the ace once you've slotted it makes a lot of sense too. Of course, we're fairly likely to end up in a blot hitting contest here. But
the deuce is quite horrible after the cover.
Yeah, that's 6 to 4, so I think he just dismissed it immediately. Makes sense. Yeah. Hard to pass up making the bar point there too, but of course, 5 is going to be more important. I want to take the opportunity to slot it. Deuce not great. Not sure how 4 to 2 could be better than 3 to 1. Is the race that significant? I guess if he's just committed to playing a racing play and not contact, that makes some sense. That's okay. And he's already sent the cube, so yeah, he's just trying to clear the midpoints and consolidate his 20-point or 20-pip race and win. I like that the more I look at it. In 6-5, yeah, I think releasing the mid's fine. I guess you could just make the 2 as well, but you'd rather fill those in on the high points first, both for the race and for containment if you do get a shot. I doubt I guess we improve his, yeah, we improve his 6-1 by letting the midpoint go, but that's about it. Yeah, I think I'm slotting with this instead of making the deuce. 4-1. Creeping closer. Still have a better board, so maybe a 5-4 is gonna go for breaking contact now.
We'll still be slotting.
Yeah, I always miss those opportunities, but we can also just make 2 points and be ready for something like a 5-4. That's interesting. I tend to miss those opportunities and just keep playing pure and don't worry about it's going to be a shot next roll or not. Yeah. Well, it's
one. Oh, I do the other one.
Yeah, if we're going to slot, we might as well make the better point with it, I think. It's interesting. Yeah, I guess saving a 6 makes a lot of sense. I'm always tempted to play just 8 to 6 for the race again, too.
Yeah, but we want to spare.
Yeah. Yep. So the 6, yeah. It's like natural play with the 6-3. I think I'm seeing here, you're apparently, your next match is the streamed match, apparently.
Oh, cool.
It's exciting. Glad to have you on there before that. You're playing, June 8th. I know how to pronounce that one, I think, because I've met him before.
Ooh, And are we paying now?
5-3. Your
Probably
opponent
not.
might leave
Probably
pretty
not.
quickly here too. Yeah, I would be inclined to break the 8 and just have the 6-point board and be in really nice shape there. I guess there's nothing that's going to break
Yeah.
Green's board after this though, so it's tough. Okay, 5s. That would break his board, but I think he'll just raise. And now he's got real opportunities to recapture the lead and just win the match that way. At 5-3 is interesting. I probably would have had to spend some time looking at it.
I think it's right.
Yeah.
Right. You really need something good to pay now.
To volunteer.
Because
yeah.
It's just losing. So if there were holes or something, you might want to to consider.
But if you're not paying now, you can think about keeping the 8 and playing some garbage inside and just trashing your board too, and not because I think you're going to be rooting your perfect board and maybe volunteering a shot on 6's next roll. So I guess just feeling worried about that, I'd look at that for a little while. 20 pips is a lot in the race too. You know, you can kind of afford to start making really impure plays like that. Yes, you do recognize a Danish accent. I've got Jakob Rasmussen on there. That's right. I think Mark taught me that. You just have to say everything softer. You know, that's how you speak Danish.
You have to say it harder, actually.
Oh, really? Okay. And I think he's just getting a count on the race here, by the way, to figure out if this breaking contact makes sense or not. Maybe he realizes that they're dead even, and so he would prefer to have a little bit of contact. But I think it's too bad for the race to play 7-2, 6-1, something like this. So, but it is almost an option to stop at the midpoint. Maybe your opponent rolls a 6-1.
Yeah, or just a 1.
Yeah,
of some kind.
Yeah, any one where they have to stay and can't play efficiently for the race. And has he officially gained the lead here in this race yet? The pip count is even, but he's got the first 2 checkers off. Distribution's probably like a little bit favorable.
Looks evenish.
Yeah, 55. Oh, that's going to change it. Yeah. Big favorite to win the match, and then if we can trust the 3-ply analysis, he's leading the PR race in this match too. We have seen some pretty big swings in that when we run it through plus plus. I think the first match that we streamed with Dirk, he was like within 0.3, had lost by 0.3, and plus plus changed it to him winning by like a full PR point.
Okay.
A full 1. So there can be some big swings on that other analysis levels for sure. But I bet more often than not it stays the same. 4-2, nice shot. Huge favorite here. Probably going to need 2 sets right away from Amir. I guess there's some magical 2 1s back to back. Oh, that's not it. All right. Good match to Ibrahim. Well played by both, of course. Man, we've seen some pretty strong PRs on the stream across the board. This is like typical 10 of the 3 and the 2-5, you know? Yeah, thanks for joining me on the commentary too. Good luck in your next match. Thanks. And we'll probably do some interviews with the players if they come on over here too. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Thanks.
Cool. Bye now.